think it's deceptive for them to say that I live in a compound with surveillance cameras?
That's your opinion.
Well, I'm asking you, do you think that's at all deceptive?
No.
Okay, if you could take a look at page 1. Number 5.
Okay.
He set out on a course of conduct to scare, harass, annoy, threaten, and harm the Bridges, which has included Smith's making threats, defaming the Bridges and their business, and stalking, including via internet, over the past 6 years. Over the past 6 years. Now, you're saying that one, if I understand your previous testimony, are you claiming that one alleged incident, alleged, not, there's no evidence that I did it, because I was out of town anyway, but one incident over the past 6 years, does that sound at all like an exaggerated statement?
I don't know.
Sir, this is common sense. This sounds so phony to me, I wouldn't believe it for 2 seconds. As you indicate in your report, no one spoke during these alleged hang-up calls, correct? There was no speaking going on, correct?
That's what they had advised me of, yes.
Right. So where do you think the threats came from?
Unknown, sir.
I'm sorry?
Unknown.
Unknown?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, did they say I made threats to you?
I don't believe it reflects on my report.
So in other words, you don't think they said that? That I made threats against them?
They did not mention that.
Okay, well, don't you think in your experience as a law enforcement officer that a victim getting a restraining order would mention that?
Yes.
They mentioned defaming the Bridges and their business. Have you ever arrested anyone for defamation?
No.
Have you heard of anyone being arrested for defamation?
Yes.
Sir, and when was this?
I've watched TV.
So, your answer to my question, have you ever heard of anyone being arrested? I'm talking about charged with a crime.
Not specifically, no.
Okay, right, because that, in this country that's not allowed. And stalking, including via the internet, they say. Stalking usually involves following or harassment combined with threats.
Stalking, yes. Following, for the most part, yes.
Do you remember them alleging that?
I don't recall it in my report.
And, sir, I mean, I don't want to belabor the point, but you don't find any of this thing dubious or suspicious? That they're exaggerating?
In my opinion, no.
If you can go to page 2, number 6. It asks, this is their application for a restraining order. It asks the Bridgeses who was at the recent harassment. Gary, reception at Calaveras County Sheriff's Department. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, are you aware that when I asked Mr. Domazlicki whether he has ever been in their office, that he answered no, he had never been in there. Does that sound like they're fibbing?
I guess, yes.
Question, okay, have you ever, I'm asking of this, of their alleged witness. Okay, have you ever been to her office? Answer, no, sir.
Okay.
In any event, so you don't think that sounds at all suspicious, like they're making up witnesses?
I don't know.
You don't know, okay. What do you think, like Gary, an independent witness would be inclined to lie?
No.
Okay. They go on to say other witnesses that were allegedly there, Rachel V. and April R. Well, can you think of a reason they wouldn't put their last names of these alleged witnesses?
No.
So it doesn't strike you as at all suspicious?
No.
Like they're manufacturing witnesses?
No.
Well, you see Arlene Russo? Her name is there too.
Yes.
Do you know her?
No.
She's the advocate and court advisor. She's a lawyer. A lawyer advocating lesbian marriage and so forth, which is her right. Have you, if you don't know her, you haven't seen her around, have you?
I don't know her.
Okay. Can you think of any reason why she wouldn't be returning my calls
No, sir.
as a witness if she were a witness?
No.
Does that strike you as suspicious?
No. Okay.
Well, do you think they could be making this up to punish me or to stop me from publishing about the case?
It's possible.
One of the reasons I took a polygraph was so that she couldn't do this anymore. Make charges against me, that is. But this is a new statement by her. She refers to me as her longtime harassing stalker. Do you see where she says that?
Yes.
And considering that there's no evidence of stalking, and according to their own story, we're looking at one alleged incident in 10 years, would you say that's an exaggeration?
It's her opinion.
But would you call it an exaggeration?
I can't assume that.
What would you think do you think it's being truthful?
I would assume yes.
Would you write something like that?
If it were me, yes.
Even though there's no evidence?
It's her assumption, sir.
Right, but you don't arrest people by assumption, do you? Don't you usually ask for evidence?
Or find probable cause, reasonable suspicion, yes.
Right, and she had none, wouldn't you agree?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know of any, correct?
Correct.
She ends her little report by saying, I would like him arrested. It's the same day that the alleged calls occurred. Do you think that's at all unreasonable to demand someone's arrest with no evidence the same day that it occurred? In other words, she wouldn't have time to do any investigation.
Correct. That's based on her assumption that you're responsible for whatever she's accusing you of.
Right, and do you think that's a reasonable assumption?
I don't know.
Would you do it?
No.
Would you arrest somebody with no evidence?
No. They're assuming that you were responsible for breaking their window.
Well, would you answer? Would you want to investigate?
Yes.
Okay, and you're a reasonable person?
Yes.
So would you say that it's kind of unreasonable not to want to investigate when you're making crime, such serious allegations?
Yes.
If Mr. Bridges is willing to slug me in a videotaped deposition, does it really appear that he's actually afraid of me? My question is, because that's what this is based on, the restraining order. Does it sound logical to you that he would slug me and then and also be in fear of me? It doesn't sound logical, does it?
No.
One plate glass window of her office was broken. So she's accusing me of that, correct? Or she wouldn't have included it in her.
Oh, it's not highlighted in my
Oh.
copy, but yes, I see where that's written.
Okay. So you see where she's accused me of that.
I believe that's just a statement of fact that a plate glass window was broken at their office.
Right, but she would not have included this if she did not think I was responsible, correct?
Correct.
Okay, then it goes on, the next paragraph, also in 2008, her window was broken again. Do you have any evidence that I did that?
I don't know.
And so in other words, you have no evidence of that?
No.
And then in 2009, a brick was thrown through the front windshield of the Bridges' car. Do you see that, sir?
I do?
And do you have any evidence that I would do that?
No.
Then if you could please look at, well, does it seem like she's basically included everything that's she's had to endure through the years, every problem she's had?
I assume so. Yes, this is pretty extensive.
Are you aware that she's been through almost 30 lawsuits during this period?
No.
Do you think someone whom she evicted or with whom she's had a lawsuit would be angry enough to break her windows?
It's possible.
And they could be suspects,
Correct.
in caps. She claims that I'm violating Penal Code Section 646-9, Section 422 of the Penal Code, and a section of federal statutes, which doesn't apply in this case anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that, sir?
I do.
Well, 646-9 is
Stalking.
stalking statute. And again, do you have any evidence of that?
No.
Criminal threat statute is 422.
Mhm.
Do you have any evidence that I made criminal threats?
I do not.
Okay, well, do you think that Mrs. Bridges was acting reasonably and in good faith when she executed the citizen's arrest document?
Yes.
But you have no evidence, isn't that correct, that I did any of the things that Bridges claim I did? Is that true?
Personally, no.
Okay, and well, personally, that's why you're here. Well, do you have any impersonal knowledge that I committed any of these alleged misdemeanors?
No.